Now, our final story could have massive and far-reaching implications. I'm talking about a critical security flaw affecting millions of email accounts, leaving them vulnerable to hostile actors. Well, dubbed an email Armageddon, some are calling this one of the most significant cybersecurity findings in recent memory. And amazingly, this bug went unnoticed for 10 years until ethical hackers identified the flaw and reported it. We can find out more and speak to the Chief Operating Officer of the cybersecurity firm FearsOff, which found this flaw. Marwan Hachem, thank you very much indeed for coming in to see us. Just tell us in very simple terms, what exactly have you discovered here?
Well, thank you for having me, Tom. Our team discovered a critical vulnerability in a very popular open source webmail platform called Roundcube. And it basically allows an attacker to perform a remote code execution without getting too technical. I would say it would enable an attacker to inject malicious code that would allow him to take over a complete server, and not only being able to view emails and confidential information of whichever email account was on that server, but also launch attacks from that server to other servers that are shared within that same host.
Okay, so a very significant finding by the sounds of things. How did you find it?
Well, with the combination of our automated tools, automated scanning tools, and source code review by our team members, the one thing that shocked us really is that within a week of looking into a Roundcube, we were able to spot this vulnerability. As you rightly said, it's been sitting there since 2014, so 10 years undetected after countless audits, after countless upgrades. And I would equate it to basically finding a bomb in an office building 10 years after it was planted, before it exploded. This is the amount of potential impact it could have.
Why? Because what are some of the implications of this bug?
Well, to give you an idea, previous bugs, lesser impactful bugs in the same system, Roundcube, have been documented to have been weaponized by criminal hacker groups and nation-sponsored hacker groups, specifically mainly from Russia, to attack European Union government emails and Eastern European countries to exfiltrate. And these were XSS bugs, which are lesser impactful than an RCE. And as I mentioned, there is a potential of launching attacks through every other server that is connected to that compromised server. And what makes this bug stand out is that it requires zero interaction from the victim. Basically, if an attacker sends the email, just by the mere act of receiving an email, the system is compromised. Usually, when attackers are trying to infect systems, they would launch a malware where you are required to download or click a link, which would then infect the system and launch an attack. This one is a zero-click bug. This is what makes it more consequential as well.
Okay, so how serious is zero-click exploitation?
Oh, it's very serious. The efficiency of a non-zero-click attack requires interaction from the users, and a lot of users are savvy and they're not going to just click or download on anything. But when you just receive an email, you have no say whether you're going to get infected or not. You're going to get infected. You're going to get compromised. And not only your emails are going to be visible to attackers, but the attacker can actually take control of your account, can send emails on your behalf, can impersonate you, can if you consider Roundcube being utilized by government agencies, by academia, by big businesses, I mean, there is a heavy national security implication here, not only from espionage perspective, but also from launching attacks against critical infrastructure and launching disinformation campaigns, trying to impersonate government officials that are sending certain directives or orders. So yeah, the national security implication is quite heavy, and that's what makes it more consequential.
Right. So in terms of the people who are at risk or the actors that are at risk, you're making it sound like it really goes all the way to the very top of a number of countries, i.e. to a governmental level.
Definitely. This is a finding that has been reported to the National Security Operations Center of a couple of countries here in the GCC area. And they have put out emergency broadcasts to all of their government clients to urgently update to the latest version. What we did at FearsOff was, first of all, there is something called responsible disclosure. We notified the Roundcube maintenance team that is in charge of making patches of the vulnerability. And as soon as they announced the patch was made and invited all of their users to update to the latest version, we were actually in a position to share a bit more technical data there. So we actually did share some information and collaborated with some of these government agencies that are in charge of national security and cybersecurity councils in the area. And the problem is that maybe somebody didn't get the message. And this is the importance of what we're doing here, and I appreciate this opportunity to spread this urgent message to everybody. You must update to the latest version of Roundcube immediately, because as of today, the exploit is available on GitHub, which is basically the open internet. A couple of days ago, it was being sold on the dark web for bitcoins, for cryptocurrency. And it's worth a lot of money to potential criminal hackers or nation-sponsored hackers that want to exploit it to exfiltrate data. So my recommendation would definitely be update as soon as possible. If you are an end user, make sure that your provider is updating as well. And the issue about Roundcube is that although not many people are familiar with the name, it is ubiquitous. It is bundled in so many offerings.
So who might be an end user of a Roundcube platform?
Oh, anybody that's using a self-hosted email could be a Roundcube user. To give you an example of some of the admin tools that bundle it, cPanel, Plesk, Direct Admin, just to mention a few. Some of the big hosting providers, GoDaddy, we're talking about 80 million domains right there. Many others locally. We have identified many other government assets in the whole GCC area, be it in Saudi Arabia, in UAE, in Qatar, in Bahrain. A lot of government assets that are using Roundcube, and most likely people don't even realize that they are, because it is so ubiquitous and embedded in all of these offerings from the service providers.
Okay, is there any evidence so far to suggest that people have been compromised? I mean, has this bug been exploited by any hostile actors to our knowledge?
As of today, there hasn't been any documented case. There are extensive documented cases that made big headlines with lesser impactful bugs in the past. So I would not rule out that this may have happened, but there is no evidence or documentation available yet as of today. But it might happen as the exploit is out there, and there is a big majority of people or providers that have not updated to the latest version yet. So let's hold our breath and cross our fingers and hope not to see big compromises happen in the next few days.
Okay, and just lastly, you're the founder of a company called FearsOff. You're the chief operating officer. Just tell us, what does FearsOff do?
FearsOff is an offensive security company. We are security researchers and a group of ethical hackers dedicated to finding critical vulnerabilities in very consequential platforms. We've been mainly focused on fintech and crypto exchanges, and we've differentiated ourselves by actually achieving #1 rankings across all the top crypto exchanges, bug bounty platforms, and platforms like Binance, Bybit, OKX, KuCoin, Upbit. And we have started looking into other systems, and our team is keen to bring our knowledge and expertise to more consequential assets that have that deal with the critical infrastructure. And we want to make the GCC a safer place and maintain its high status as one of the leading tech hubs and number one in cybersecurity in the world. So that's our mission at FearsOff.
All right. Well, thank you very much indeed for telling us all about that. Marwan Hachem, the Chief Operating Officer of FearsOff, thank you very much indeed for your time.
Thank you.
Well, that is all we have time for on Global News today. Thank you very much indeed for watching. Be sure to join us again on Monday for more exclusive interviews. Until then, bye-bye.